Today on Bench Briefs, we're looking at a recent Supreme Court of Canada decision that tackles the delicate balance between police powers and individual privacy rights. On this episode, we dive into R v. Sharma, a 2022 case that explores when and how warrantless searches can be justified under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So, what happened in this case? Mr. Sharma was charged with criminal offenses following a police investigation. The police conducted a search of his property without obtaining a warrant first. During that search, they found evidence that was later used against him in court. But here's the twist. Mr. Sharma challenged the admissibility of that evidence, arguing that the search violated his rights under the Charter, specifically Section 8, which protects against unreasonable search and seizure. Let's break down the key facts. The police didn't get a warrant before searching Mr. Sharma's home or belongings. Instead, they proceeded without judicial authorization, relying on what they believed were lawful grounds to do so. The evidence they uncovered was crucial to the Crown's case against Mr. Sharma. However, because the search was warrantless, the question arose, did the police overstep their constitutional boundaries? Was Mr. Sharma's right to privacy improperly infringed upon? This brings us to the main legal issues the Supreme Court had to consider. First, did the police conduct an unreasonable search under Section 8 of the Charter? Section 8 protects Canadians from searches that are not authorized by law or that are conducted in an unreasonable way. The court had to determine whether the circumstances justified the police bypassing the warrant process. Second, assuming there was a charter breach, should the evidence found during the search be excluded from the trial under Section 24(2) of the Charter? This section allows courts to exclude evidence if its admission would bring the administration of justice into disrepute. The court had to weigh the importance of the evidence against the seriousness of the rights violation. At its core, this case is about balancing two fundamental interests: the need for effective law enforcement to protect public safety and the imperative to safeguard individual privacy rights. Warrantless searches can be powerful tools for police, but they also risk undermining citizens' constitutional protections if left unchecked. The Supreme Court's decision in R v. Sharma clarifies when warrantless searches cross the line into unreasonableness and how courts should handle evidence obtained through such means. It reinforces that police must generally seek prior judicial authorization before conducting a search unless there are clear and compelling reasons not to do so. And if a charter breach occurs, the court must carefully consider whether admitting the evidence would harm the integrity of the justice system. Why does this matter beyond Mr. Sharma's case? This ruling sends a strong message about the importance of upholding privacy rights in Canada. It reminds law enforcement that the Charter sets firm limits on their powers, even in the pursuit of criminal investigations. For everyday Canadians, it reassures that their homes and personal spaces remain protected against arbitrary intrusion. At the same time, the decision acknowledges the practical realities police face. It allows for flexibility in exceptional circumstances, but insists that such exceptions be clearly justified and carefully scrutinized. This careful balancing act helps preserve public confidence in both the police and the courts. In short, R v. Sharma is a key decision that sharpens the legal framework around searches and seizures, ensuring that the rights enshrined in the Charter continue to guide and constrain police conduct. It's a vital reminder that the rule of law protects everyone, including those accused of crimes. Thanks for listening to this episode of Bench Briefs. Be sure to join us next time for another deep dive into important Canadian legal decisions. Until then, stay curious and stay informed.